Hello, parents and students of the Muroc Joint Unified School District. My name is Kevin Cordes, District Superintendent, and I have a special message for all families today. I want to address social media and the impact that it can have on schools. Social media can be leveraged to communicate important information in a timely manner to reach as many people as possible. In addition to flyers, phone calls, text messages, our videos, and updates on our district and school websites, social media is a platform that we sometimes use to share critical and time-sensitive information. One example of this was on August 21st of this year when we had to close school due to the hurricane that impacted Southern California. Unfortunately, when used inappropriately, social media can also be used to cause chaos, sow seeds of distrust and information, and at its worst, perpetuate panic. As we are all aware, we live in a world where the sanctity of life, even in schools with young children, is not respected by everyone. The number one priority for our school district is to care for the well-being of your child. We take our responsibility to keep your child safe and protected at school in every way very, very seriously. As an example, a recent online threat instigated by students at Boron High School, which caused widespread panic among the community, was investigated immediately, completely, and each student involved in the inappropriate and threatening posts are being held accountable for their actions in the strictest sense possible. To be perfectly clear, any student who engages in these types of behaviors or is an accomplice in creating or spreading threatening messages can expect the same response. Especially in these cases, some in the public want to know all the specifics of the inappropriate behavior and the details of our discipline. By law, please understand that we cannot discuss specific student discipline matters with the public. To demonstrate how seriously we take these behaviors, on the night that we learned of the threatening post, which stated on a public social media site, so I can share this information, it said, "Don't come on Friday," followed with 2 gun emojis, and was posted on an unauthorized site that referenced Boron High School. We immediately contacted Kern County Sheriff's Department. At the same time, there was a missing child in a neighboring community, and the stretched and limited law enforcement support was being used to find that missing child, which I completely understand. For anyone wondering why we didn't utilize security forces from Edwards, I did inquire if we could use their assistance, even though I knew that it was beyond their jurisdiction, and that was confirmed. Now, that is of no fault of our amazing security forces officers and base leadership, who I am certain would have been happy to assist, but under those circumstances could not do so legally. But we cannot let that be the end of it. So, the principal of Boron High School and myself went out personally and immediately began investigating the threat. We chased down leads, knocked on doors, and woke up quite a few people until nearly midnight, until we found the person that made the post. The student turned themselves in. We were able to corroborate their story with others involved, and it was evident that it was a very poor joke, with no intent of actually causing harm to anyone. We kept in regular communication with Kern County Sheriff Department during the night and the next day, as well as we filled out reports with them. Another example of social media negatively impacting schools are parents who post comments, often anonymously and on private social media sites, that again do little more than to cause chaos, sow seeds of distrust and misinformation, and at its worst, perpetuate panic. We have seen recent posts which name specific staff members, and sometimes even students themselves, with accusations that are unfounded and often unreported to the school. I am tremendously grateful for our First Amendment rights, including free speech, and I don't mind hearing from parents when they feel that we can improve. Any organization can improve. But I have to question the intent of some comments made when we have a process to bring concerns to the district and then they are completely ignored. I frequently speak to that process. So to clarify, if you have a question or concern, please reach out to the person who is causing the concern. For example, if it's a teacher, then please speak with the teacher. If you do not receive an adequate resolution, then contact the site principal. If it's related to another person on campus, say a campus aide or office staff, cafeteria personnel, or someone else in a similar position, then please make your first contact the site principal. If after that you still have concerns, then contact me. I have shared my cell phone number publicly since 2006. For anyone who needs it, my cell is 760-250-3210. If it's a matter of immediate emergency and you want an answer to a question or to voice your concerns, I would rather you call or text me rather than taking your question or concern to social media. There is no one on a private social media group that can or has the permission to speak for the school district. If I do not answer your phone call, please leave a message and I will call you back. In my experience, it takes as few as 3 individuals to cause confusion and many other negative feelings and misunderstandings. The first person posts a question such as, I wonder if ... is happening. Then further down the line, a second person sees that post and others and says, I heard that ... is happening. And further down the line, a third person says, I know that ... is happening, with little or oftentimes zero communication with the people who could actually speak accurately about that situation. Now, this is not limited to schools. We see this frequently in our society. I have faith that there is no harm meant in many of these posts, but nevertheless, by ignoring the process to obtain answers to questions and instead relying on social media, private social media sites, to air questions or concerns, it does nothing or little to nothing to accurately educate yourself or others. The most recent example of this was a social media post on a private group page, posted anonymously, related to bullying and what we do as a school district to address bullying. Conversations about citizenship, programs to support students, and policies related to helping every single student feel safe and included at every school exists. If you have questions or concerns about that specific topic, please contact your school principal for details. We don't limit our focus on good citizenship and anti-bullying to any specific month or time period. They are constant and ever-evolving conversations. So, today, I would like to ask each parent to do me 2 favors. Number 1, talk with your child about appropriate online behaviors, including social media. We cannot stress enough the rising generation of the dangers that are on the internet. From predatory behaviors to inappropriate materials to the impact their words can have on others and the impact others' words can have on them. My wife Allie and I have 6 children. They range from ages 9 years old to 23, and 3 of them are still in our schools. This is a common topic in our home. Number 2, I understand that we all sometimes will turn to our community friends on social media to clarify something, such as, hey, does anyone remember what time the Halloween parade is at the school next week? And that's fine, but if it's more urgent or serious in nature, please contact us with your questions or concerns before taking them to social media. I promise you this, you will get quicker results, more accurate information, and a speedier resolution. Thank you for your time and listening to this evening. Thank you for all that you do. We hope you have a wonderful week. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.